Hello everyone, and in this video we are going to talk about your bread. So you know what bread you eat every day? Is it really going to be healthy? And the brown bread that you consider the most healthy, what are its ingredients? And today all over the world, bread are the extremely common food item. Everyone eat, everyone consume it at all time, and it's India. It is consumed numerous way like bread jam, bread halwa, bread roll, bread pakoda, bread omelette, even everything we consume. So we need to ask what is in the bread, and is this bread is healthy for you, and the beneficial and harmful to your health. What is the difference between your white bread and what is the difference between your golden bread? And similar to analyze the soft drink like that, you have a soft drink and you have a like a mm, biocarbonated water, and that was helpful for you, that were not helpful for you. A sandwich daily like you need, and you have the bread, you have everyday eating bread, and that bread is going to helpful for you or not going to helpful. You need to ask yourself, utilize the strength, like yeah, it's a good for you, it's a not good for you. And is the every bread you eat every day you eat the bread in your sandwich, every day you eat the bread uh, in your lunch box, is that is healthy for you? And health is very slice. Okay, everyone love to eat the bread. And you know what, you need to ask yourself, what this is the ingredient in this bread, what is the bread actually? So basically, bread is made up of the four main ingredient. First is flour, and wheat and are refined. Second is water, and the flour is keen to be like a duff into the water. We do the same while making rotis, and we make the like a third is using the salt in that, and last is yeast. So if you are a biology student, you understand what is the mean of yeast. If you don't, that yeast are the bacteria that make the process of making bread. Okay, so it's work like enable to store bread longer, and it's make the bread more useful and more improvedness of the bread. And the most important is the gluten is stand in that bread. So you need to have the most importantly standing with that, like is this helpful for you and is this not helpful for you, and understanding the basic about that. The third, the most important thing is process of the making that up. Like you have that up and you need to gluten the flour in the. When you do this, the gluten in the flour come together to that bread, and are the rotis and make them together so they remain in one piece. Okay, and putting salt in the dump is change the gluten standard. And now you have the machine to put in that, and that's come to the yeast. Yeast make your single called microorganism. You don't know what is the yeast, it's like a fungi group of the okay, so it is known as a, when the microorganism react to the carbohydrate in the flour, at that moment the two component are released. Okay, so if you will like ethanol and carbon dioxide, CO2 and C2H2OH, the carbon dioxide bubble that are released in these reactions get trapped by the gluten standard. So you know that this is the why bread expand. If you take your bread and then you feel like this is expanding, and you notice that there are the numerous round oval bubbles in the bread. Okay, if you notice there are the many bubbles in the, but this is the reaction actually, ethanol and actually alcohol. What happened to the alcohol? So when we put the fermented duff in the oven at that moment and start baking it, the ethanol evaporate, and the evaporating ethanol help to bread expand more. So the interesting fact is here that the entire alcohol doesn't evaporate, the part of the remain rapid. So American Chemical Society ran same experiment in the 1920s and found that alcohol content in the bread may between 0.04% to 1.9%. This is the surrounding maybe have no need to worry about that. So the teeny amount of the alcohol will remain in the. Those scientists observed that the remaining alcohol enhance the flavor of the bread. Okay, so you feel the very good bread taste better due to this. those like friends, this is the traditional bread making method for centuries all across the globe, and everyone is using this bread to making the bread. Okay, and this is the 1857 Louis French scientist understanding the fermentation process, and from that 1857 we are making this bread. Before this, people were using the process without knowing what was happening. Everyone don't know what is this fermentation. Even our rotis and bread differ in only two ways. With this making rotis, we don't use yeast and we don't use salt, and that is the why the rotis do not expand like the bread. Okay, so and this is also why we can't preserve this rotis for long, and this is the reason we can preserve bread for the long term time, and this is the main reason for the preserving bread and into long term times.